Christ is risen from the dead, trampling down death by death, and on those in the tombs bestowing life. Christos anesti ec necron thanato, thanaton patisas, getis sentis mnimas isoin charis amenos. Christ is risen from the dead, trampling down death by death, and on those in the tombs bestowing life.
Once again, I'm sitting on the porch of my monastic cabin. It's a place that I retreat to on a regular basis. It's a place that's very important to me because it gives me that time in solitude that I so need to thrive spiritually. Everywhere else is very public here at the monastery. So sitting here at this very moment, and I'm listening to birds chirping off in the trees around me. I'm looking at the beauty of the flowers that are coming up and the leaves that are starting to poke out now that we're finally in spring. And then I think about how many people don't have that opportunity to be in a place like I'm at right now. At least they don't make the time to do a place like this. Then it's important. All of us need our solitude. All of us need that place where we can go inward and let God do the rest of the work for us. Part of being a Christian is that corporate experience that we have of worshiping before the throne of God together and being on this journey into the heart of God together. So when we are participating in the divine liturgy and receiving the very body and blood of Christ, we are doing so together. But each one of us needs something beyond that. We need that silence where God speaks to us in that inner silence that is available to us only if we seek it out, only if we find that place that will allow that to happen for us. I knew an old woman one year, many, many years ago, who had a closet in her home off her living room. And she had all of her icons and lampadas in that little tiny closet. It was a small closet, about the size of a closet that you would have for coat, having your friends hang their coats when they came for visiting. And that woman would go into that little closet and close the door and sit in the little chair that she had. And she'd have the lights, the lampadas lit, and she'd have candles burning. And she told me that she just sat there in silence. And she said sometimes she sat there in silence for a whole hour or more. And she told me that that was probably the most profitable place for her to be in her desire to deepen her faith and to have God change her. And when she told me that, it just made me realize that I needed to have a place like that. I have multiple places like that. So sometimes when I'm driving on a long-distance trip, I will find a time when I will just pull off somewhere. In Oregon, especially the Oregon coast, and I have a few beaches that I like to just go park my car and just soak in the beauty of the ocean and be silent with no other people around, no others to converse with, but just conversing with the Lord. So let us all make a commitment as we continue in our journey since the resurrection of Christ and the celebration of Pascha, And now that we're in spring and the lilacs are coming out and the flowers are blooming and trees are gaining back their leaves, we have all kinds of places that we can go to let God speak to us in the silence. May God make it so.
Both now and ever and unto the ages of ages. Amen. Only begotten Son and immortal Word,